What's going on, YouTube? If you guys can hear me and you guys can see me, go ahead and drop a yes down below in the comments. And if you are watching the replay, welcome to another episode of 30 Minutes with a Millionaire, where every single week we come live with the community and answer all of your guys' questions and help you increase your income, your impact, and your influence. As always, the only dumb question is one that's not asked. So even if you're watching this replay, there's still immense value. Drop your questions down below. I always look a week behind to see if there's any new questions. And if we don't have a video on it, we'll make a video on it. If we do, we'll point you in the right direction, or we'll just answer your question directly in the comment section. So if you guys can hear me down below, go ahead and drop a yes. What's going on, everybody? If you're new to the live stream, welcome, and I appreciate you coming. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and I appreciate you showing up. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel, it's super important that you guys subscribe. It helps the channel big time. It's also super important that you guys like this video. So go ahead down below, guys, drop your questions. Let me know what questions you have, business related, Amazon related, and let's see how we can help you get to the next level. If you see any on the other social media, you can go ahead and read them off while we're waiting on new ones, and we'll get everything set up. Awesome. What's going on, everybody? What's up, Donna, Abe? Cool. As we're getting set up too, guys, again, just a friendly reminder, every single week we're releasing a new value video here on the channel, as well as a new video series called the 7-Figure Product Series. That's when we're literally reviewing 7-figure products. These are top selling products that are doing over $1 million per year gross on Amazon, generating 6 figures in profit. So we got a question. We need a video showing how to list products on Amazon. Awesome. So yeah, so how do you list products on Amazon? I can break this down. However, if we don't have a video like that, I'm sure I can make one. It's pretty easy. Basically, what you want to do is, first and foremost, you want to make sure that you're eligible to sell that product. So first step is going to list that product and seeing if you're eligible to sell the product. If you're eligible to sell the product, you want to move forward and find that product within the brochure. If it's not within the brochure, which chances are it's not if you have a private label product, you want to create a product and add it to the catalog. And you're just going to be filling out this catalog with basic questions. What is the dimensions of the product, the size of the product, product name, where is it manufactured, so on and so forth. Now, if you're not allowed to sell the product, or you don't have access to sell in that category, Amazon will then tell you what you need to do. So for instance, for beauty, you may need a COA or certificate of analysis. You may need some paperwork stating that the product is made in an FDA regulated environment, so on and so forth. There may be an application fee. All the different categories, subcategories are different. And there's tons of variables, like, is it a seasoned account? How long have you been selling on Amazon? What is the product? What is the amount of product that you're ordering? So on and so forth. So just follow those instructions, and they'll basically tell you what it is that you need, and you can get those things from your supplier, with the exceptions of, a deposit or a personal application from yourself. Awesome. Happy Friday, David. What's going on? Great question, by the way. Awesome. Yeah, super excited too about the upcoming videos. We shot a ton of videos. Actually, recently, we did some videos talking about different stages of wealth, which I'm super excited about. That's going to be coming out soon, talking about the 3 stages of wealth. What other videos did we do? 3 stages of wealth. Yep, we did entrepreneur tips if you're under 18. We also talked about about rich math versus poor math, which is a really interesting concept, something that they don't teach us in society. So be on the lookouts for those. Is it difficult to do keyword research for your products? No, not at all. So here's the thing. Things are only as complicated or as difficult as you make them, right? So let's have a basic understanding of what keyword research is and why we do it. And then we'll kind of hit on how we do it, right? So when we have a keyword is basically a search term or a search phrase, right? So if we have these different keywords, we have these different search phrases, we want to identify these different search phrases or search terms that people are going to be buying. So some of them are common sense, right? And can we share the whiteboard really quick? I'll walk through this exercise. And hopefully this makes things a little bit more simple. Yeah, it's plugged in. All right, let me reset it here. Bear with me, guys, a second. What about now? I don't think I can charge it and show it at the same time. What about now? All right, what about now? I mean, this is what we usually do. It's showing it's plugged in. All right, I don't know if I'm going to be able to charge this at the same time. Let me see if it goes away. Does it go away or no? We're good? All right, cool. So, keyword research. Keyword research. And again, guys, all of these notes that I draw out, you guys will have down below. So you'll be able to click a link. Maybe like an hour or two after this video, my team will update the PDF and you'll be able to download this. So there'll be a link down below. You can go ahead and opt in, put your information in, and you'll get access to this dashboard where you get all of these notes. Now, the cool thing is you only have to do this once. Once you do it, you get access to all of the notes for all of the videos. So if I'm on my Vibe board or if I'm on my whiteboard and I have any notes or any type of stuff like that, all of that will be in there along with the video. So super, super powerful for you guys, right? So keyword research are basically search terms that people are typing in when they want to buy a product, right? So for this, let's use yoga mat as an example. Now, if we're doing keyword research on yoga mat, we want to think about these search phrases or these search terms, right? So some of them are going to be common sense, like large yoga mat, small yoga mat for women, men, kids. Now, not all of these are going to be good, so you want to make sure that you understand your demographics, like who are you going after, who is your product for, so on and so forth. But what I want you guys to understand is some of these are going to be common sense. So outside of the common sense keywords, how do we find these keywords, right? How do we find these search terms? So within the tool that we're using, whether it's Helium 10 or Jungle Scout, right? And I'll put H10 or Jungle Scout. These are your tools, right? By the way, we actually have a discount if you don't have access to a tool and you want to do your product research or you want to do keyword research. It's going to help significantly to have a tool. Otherwise, you're pretty much just guessing, right? So you want to use one of these tools and you want to use a keyword tool. So what the keyword tool is going to do is the tool is going to do a few things, right? It's going to do a reverse search for different products or competitors. So competitors / products, okay? So reverse search is one of these. It's also going to do a search on Amazon, if I can spell right, on Amazon. And an easy way that you can do this if you don't have a tool is if you go up to the search bar, right, the search bar up at the top where you type in the product that you're looking for, one of the hacks that I have, and I break this down in my program, the AMZ formula, is it's called the ABC method, right? The ABC method. So the ABC method, ABC, just like the alphabet, the ABC method is basically where you go to the search bar and you type in A. Now, if you type in A, you're going to see all these different search words show up or all these different products if you type in B. So basically, you can go in there and type in your product and then after your product A and then B and then C. And you can do this physically or manually and you can actually see all these different keywords. However, when you have a tool, it does it for you. And it's going to show you all of these different metrics. So how do we determine which keyword is best? What different types of keywords are there? You have different types of keywords. So you have keywords. You have what's called long tail keywords. And long tail keywords are going to be like outdoor yoga mat for women. And this is just an example, right? For women. This is an example of a long tail, right? Then you're going to have your primary keywords. or short keywords, which is just going to be yoga mat. And then you're going to have phrase search terms and broad search terms. Exact search terms are going to be primary search terms, and all these different ones, as well as negative search terms, right? Or negative keywords. So what is the difference and how do we tell? And a negative is a keyword that you don't want to show up for, that you don't want to show up for. So how do you identify which one? When you're doing keyword research, you want to identify a little bit of them all. And usually it's in a ranking system, right? So how would you identify them? Obviously, by search volume. And when you're looking at keywords and you're looking at search volume, what search volume is when somebody's going to Amazon.com and they're typing in that search term or that keyword, how many people are doing that? How many clicks is it? And most importantly, how many clicks to conversion? So when you're looking at this tool, and I'm not going to pop it up now because I could do a whole hour on this. In fact, in my program, the AMZ Formula, we spend a lot of time breaking this down. However, when you're looking at the search volume, you're looking at how many people are searching this product, right? How many people are searching using this keyword? How many people are searching and then buying? And then that's a few variations. And then lastly, you're looking for keywords that your competition are not using that people are searching. So there's tons of different variations, and you just want to run through all these. Now, when you're running your PPC, right, your pay per click campaigns and your advertising campaigns, you want to run a few different campaigns, right? You have your auto, and then you have your manual. These are the two basic main PPC campaigns. Now, I'm trying to make this like super easy to follow and stuff. Again, inside of my program, I break this down in great detail. However, an auto campaign, we call this a scraping campaign. Now, an auto campaign is just exactly what it sounds like, right? You're basically telling Amazon, hey, my product is a yoga mat. I want you to go spend my budget of $20 a day or whatever your budget is on keywords or search terms or search phrases that people are typing in when they want to buy this product. And Amazon's going to try to show your product for as many search results as humanly possible. So the key when you're doing these campaigns and you're doing keyword research and so on and so forth is to be optimizing. So if you're running an auto campaign and let's just say yoga mat disinfectant spray shows up. If you're selling a yoga mat, you don't want your stuff showing up for yoga disinfectant spray, right? Chances are they're not going to buy because they're looking for a spray, not for a yoga mat. So I would then make that a negative search phrase, right? I would make that a negative search phrase. However, and I would remove that from the auto campaign, so I'm not spending money on that. However, on the manual campaign, that's when you go in there and you manually type keywords. So we may type we might type yoga mat, large yoga mat, etc. Right? And when we type these keywords in here, when you're doing a manual exact, right? When you're doing a manual exact, it is only going to spend money on these exact keywords, right? There's not going to be any variations. And then you have variations of manual. So you have manual broad, and you also have manual phrase. And these are basically just going to show for broad keywords as well as manual phrase keywords, right? So a phrase is when the search term is actually used in a phrase, and broad is going to be when it's pretty much anywhere inside of the actual search term itself, right? So manual phrase may be, and let me go ahead and draw this down. Manual phrase would be you know what? Mat for yoga. And broad would be yoga mat for kids. So these are example. And here you can see this is an exact keyword, yoga mat. It's only going to spin for that. Manual or broad is when it starts with the keyword, right, which is yoga mat, and then here you can see it starts with the keyword, and then it actually ends with another search or another search term. And then manual phrase is going to be when it is used in a phrase, right? So mat for yoga. So you guys can kind of see without going in great detail. So when you're doing your keyword research, you want to start with the obvious ones. And here's the thing, just because it's obvious, and usually obvious keywords, they're not going to be manual, or they're not going to be exact, or they're not going to be broad, or they're not going to be phrased, because you're thinking about it, how would you search it? Well, everybody searches it differently, and that's why it's important that you use one of these tools, because yes, you can maybe think about 24 off the top of your head. We don't know what the search volume is. There's no way that you can guess. You may be able to guess a keyword, but you can't guess the search volume, right? These tools are actually linked with Amazon and are going to break this down. So that's something that's super important. Hopefully that helps. Cool. We can go ahead and take it up. Awesome question, by the way. Where are we at next? When competing against whales like that Smurley product you highlighted, is it best to reinvest 100% of net proceeds into inventory so you can build and grow? Really, really good question. Should I show him the teaser for the next video, or should I just redraw it out? What do you think, E? I just covered that, right?
Yeah.
What do you think? Draw it? All right, cool. Let's scroll down here. And let's draw it out here. When competing against, so the question is, when competing against whales, should you reinvest 100% of the net profits into inventory so you can build and grow? So regardless if it's a whale or you're dominating, this is my methodology. This is what I do. This is my way of thinking. What should you do with net profits from a product, regardless if it's a competitive niche or regardless if you're absolutely dominating, right? So it works like this, right? You have your product. This is your product, and you have different stages, right? So you have your verification, or excuse me, you have your validation, which is phase 1. And phase 1 is when you introduce it. Excuse me. Phase 1 is where you do your due diligence. You do your due diligence, and this is before you go live on Amazon. You're looking at historicals, right? You're looking at history. You're looking at is it trending? You're looking at profit. You're looking at is it a good introductory product? And what is an introduction or introductory product? An introduction product is when you create a product, you launch a product, and you're crushing it. Can you easily roll out another product within that catalog without having to do product research all over again? That's when you're doing the brand strategy, right? So after you do phase 1, which is validation, you're going to go into phase 2 with your product, which is verification, which is where you verify, okay? Phase 2. Now, phase 2 is where you send in your test, right? You send in a test batch, which is usually about 1 month of inventory, give or take. So if you feel that, and this is an example, right? Example, if you feel that it's selling 300 units a month, you would launch 300 units. If you feel that it's selling 500 units per month, you would launch 500 units. Because what you want to do is you want to send enough, and this is the secret sauce within the AMZ formula. You want to send enough product to test the demand and make sure that, okay, you've already done your preliminary work. You want to make sure that when you send product in, that if it doesn't meet your expectations, you can nimbly execute and liquidating the product without taking a huge loss or while minimalizing your risk, right? Now, once you sell through this in phase 2, this is where you're getting your reviews. This is also where you're testing price. And you're also doing your listing optimization. So you're really killing multiple birds with one stone. You're doing all of these together, right? You're literally testing your product, you're getting your reviews, you're testing your price, and you're listing optimization, which is changing your listing around, changing keywords, optimizing, looking at your conversion ratio, and you want to get all of this dialed in. And then you go into phase number 3, right? Phase number 3 is going to be your scale. And I'm breaking this down very quickly. However, I break this down in great detail inside of the AMZ formula. Phase 3 is going to be scale. So in phase 3, this is where we're going to pretty much answer your question in detail, right? In phase 3, when we're scaling, we want to increase PPC budget. Now, PPC stands for pay per click. Okay. And then number 2, we want to increase. And if you don't have a budget, you want to start a budget for exterior marketing. What are a few examples? Instagram, YouTube, blogs, etc. Okay. And then number 3, number 3, you want to order more inventory. And guys, these are in no particular order. So it's not like they're in chronological order. However, this is where it comes into your budget, where a lot of people mess up, right? And this is mistake, is they make money and they spend money outside the business. Okay, that's the mistake. Now, what you want to do when you do this the right way, right? Right way. And again, guys, for those of you who opt in down below, you guys are going to get all of these notes, right? So I'll download this to PDF. You'll get all of these notes plus all the notes for any of the videos that I do. You only have to do this once. So I highly suggest that you do that. There will be a link down below this video. The right way is to reinvest into all of these things right here, right? You want to reinvest into all 3 of these things. This is the right way. Now, why do people make that mistake? You're like, Josh, that's probably common sense. Why are people spending money on stupid stuff instead of reinvesting into their business? Because this is how this works. And this works, again, guys, this is applicable for outside of Amazon. And I teach about this here on the channel, but I'm going to break this down in like 60 seconds or less. People, this is why they start, right? They have a desirable outcome. Okay? They have a desirable outcome, and then they have an excuse. So the reason why people start is because of the desirable outcome. Why do you start an online business? Because I don't want to work for someone else, because I want to be financially free, because I want to be location independent, because I want to fire my boss, because I want more time with my spouse or my significant other or my family or my kids. All of those are desirable outcomes, right? Why do people not start their business? Why do people not invest in themselves? If you know truly deep down that what you're doing is not getting you the results in life that you desire, and you know that in order to get those results, you have to do something differently, why would you not invest in yourself? Why would you not invest in starting your business? There's usually an excuse, right? There's usually an excuse that's in front of the desirable outcome. The excuse is, well, people fail. Well, blogs saying that it's no longer working. Well, my family says that it's stupid. Well, I don't know if I'm smart enough, or I'm good enough, or I don't want to spend my money, I want to save more. Whatever that self-limiting belief is, or that excuse is, that's why people do not start. Now, why do people start and then make this mistake up here, right? Why do they start and then make this mistake up here? The reason why is because they're focused, because they are focused on this desirable outcome. There's only two ways that you can fail at anything, right? The only two ways that you can fail is by not starting or by giving up. Let me tell you, everybody starts, and most everybody give up. So what happens is they start their business, they start making some money, and then they start spending their money because now they feel that they're close to their desirable outcome, which is the reason why they started in the first place. So the 3 pillars of success that I'm constantly breaking down, if you guys aren't new to the channel or new to my world, you've probably heard this 1,000 times, but the 3 pillars of success are patience, persistence, probably spelled that wrong, and resilience. Okay? 3 P's or pillars to success, right? Patience, persistence, resilience. Well, what happens is they start and they don't have the patience for their desirable outcome. So they start to spend money frivolously or to invest money outside of the initial investment. So in the video, my team said don't spoil the video. So you guys are going to have to subscribe, turn notification bell on. That way you're notified on the upcoming videos. But I just recorded a video talking about a success formula, right? And how society has things all wrong, right? We go to school for 4 years, high school 4 years, college 4 years. After 8 years, within 4 years of graduating, which now takes us to 12 years, we hope to make 6 figures, right? In less than that 12 years, I've been able to get a non-traditional education and learn how to make as much as $1 million in a year, $1 million in a month, $1 million in a day. So what happens is you have this long period of time, we're talking 8 to 12 years, where you're focusing on this desirable outcome. So when you become the nurse, become the doctor, become whatever it is that you've waited all those years to become, you start to blow money on the BMW and the expensive suit and the boat and the penthouse. The minute you get some taste of success. And that's why so many people, they don't become wealthy long term, or they don't make it to their potential, right? It happens with a lot of athletes. It happens with a lot of new entrepreneurs because they get the money. The minute you see the money, you're like, okay, cool, this is my desirable outcome. It's happened, when they're not there yet, right? So hopefully that makes sense. I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, but this is super, super valuable. Hopefully you guys grasp this, because this is a mistake that I see a lot of people make. So when you are starting to make money on Amazon and you're selling your product and you're in this phase right here, which is phase 3 in the scale, this is the most crucial phase right here. Phase 3 is the most crucial phase because that's when you're really going to pour rocket fuel on your listing. You've already done the preliminary research. You've already tested the product. The product is absolutely crushing it. You're starting to generate some money now. The way that you get exponential, like huge quantum leaps in your business is by redeploying all of that money into your business. And a simple question that you should ask yourself is, how far, keyword far, and fast, keyword fast, do you want to go? Now, this is going to be different for all of you guys. For me, I'm an extremist. When I do something and I understand how you do anything is how you do everything, I want the best results out of this. So when I'm starting a business or I'm making an investment and we're getting results, like I have a very strict plan as to when I touch the money. Like when I made my first, we went from living in a 1-bedroom apartment, $375 per month rent, made my first $1 million in those living conditions. We could have went and bought the house, but did I? No. I went from $375 rent in a 1-bedroom apartment, sleeping on an air mattress, to a $650 per month townhouse, driving a $4,000 1999 Cadillac DeVille, making $1 million, $300,000 profit. Okay. I scaled that business because I was in phase 3. I scaled that business to $3.5 million per year, around $1 million per year profit, which is around $80,000 per month profit in those same circumstances. 3 years after that living condition, I bought my first house for under $1 million after generating 8 figures multiple seven figures in profit in my bank, right? Then I took a step further. Before I went and invested in the depreciating asset or a home, which is not a smart investment, I then invested the money in investments, which is passive income, pays for the mortgage for my home. So that's what I talk about in great depth in that video. It's like 30 minutes. So I'm not going to spoil that, but that video is coming up and it's fire. Cool. What other questions we got? That was a really good question. Down below, guys, let me know if you're getting some value, and let me know if, like, because I know I went kind of deep into that. If you guys don't like the long, like, in-depth explanation, if you guys just want rapid fire, let me know what you guys like best. This is about you, not about me. I want you guys to get the most value as humanly possible. Let me know. Also, if you're enjoying this and you're getting value and you want us to continue to do this, please smash that like button. That's how we determine if we're going to keep doing this or not. And also, if you're new to the channel or you've been here before and you're not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now, followed by the notification bell right next to it. I started an Amazon account before knowing everything I do, knowing everyone I do. So I live in Canada but sell in the US. Long story short, now I have my account set up as sole proprietorship as business in Canada, but also use EIN. I don't understand that question. Not sure what to do now. So if you have your Amazon account set up and you have your business set up, then step number one is understanding the business. Step number two is learning what product research is. Step number three is doing product research. But the first and most important thing is product research. Found out about you on EYL. Awesome. Shout out to Troy and Rashad. Is it difficult to negotiate with the manufacturers? No, absolutely not. So I have videos here on the channel that go in great depth. But basically, like, I will tell you this. You shouldn't go with the cheapest manufacturer, and your main focus should not be the cheapest price. You want to focus on communication, you want to focus on quality, and then third, you want to focus on capacity, right? Notice there was no price in there. Of course, you don't want to get ripped off. However, price is like the fourth thing that I'm focused on, right? I'm focused on those three things first, and then we're going on price. Now, there's a difference between negotiating and haggling. A supplier told me this, and I'll pass this on to you, this words of wisdom. When you negotiate with a manufacturer, it is not coming from their profit margin, okay? So if it's not coming from their profit margin because they are operating on pennies margin, where is that price difference coming from? And when you do negotiate with your suppliers, make sure you are very specific. Don't be foolish like I was, thinking that I'm driving the costs down and driving my profits up, because they're going to negotiate with you and then they're going to produce a bullcrap product for you, right? And then your competition is going to outlast you. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And the way that you outlast the rest is being better than the rest, right? You want repeat customers, you want high quality product, you want high reviews, so on and so forth. Is it stressful to do product research? I mean, here's the thing, again, look at this question. How far and fast do you want to go? So if this is your timeline and this is where you're at, right? You're here. This is you. You're here. Okay? And this is success, right? This is where you want to be. And you've been here, let's just say 3 to 5 years, and you're not happy. This right here, for me at least, is stress, right? This is stressful. However, if I jump out of this loop that I'm in and I start a new business, yes, this is going to be stress, because that's the way human nature is. Whenever you do something new that you've never done, your brain, your heart, your spirit does not know what's going to be next. So you're going to feel things that are completely normal, like anxiety, stress, fear. Well, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, right? The correct term in the dictionary for fear is caution over a real and present danger. If a freaking grizzly bear busts open my door and comes running at me, I'm gone and you're going to hear me screaming, okay? If my stock account jumps and my crypto account jumps down, is going down like it is right now, I'm not going to be fearful. I'm going to be concerned, right? So a lot of people miscommunicate fear with anxiety, right? So this actually isn't fear. This is stress. And yes, I'm having stress because I'm doing something new. However, I understand if I continue to do the same things that I've been doing in this part of my life right here, I'm going to continue to get those same results. So for me, I understand if I do something new, I'll get new results. And if what I was doing before isn't working, then the only stress I should have, the only fear I should have is continue to do the same thing and never getting different results in my life at all. So remember, the only two ways that you can fail anything in life is by not starting or by giving up. So number one, and make success simple. Like I'm going to make a hat like the Make America Great. Make success simple. Don't worry about all of these complex business models. Worry about where you are in this timeline. Number one, start. Number two, don't give up. That's all you need to know. Learn everything. Apply yourself. Consistency is key. Understand these 3 pillars of success right here: patience, persistence, and resilience. Apply them and you will be successful. It is inevitable because this business works. And if you put the work in and you do the work, it will work out, right? So once you get here, how do I know when I'm going to become successful? How do I know when I'm going to make money? That is the only thing. You have to last from right here to right here. If you guys have ever seen the little picture where there's a guy digging with an axe and he's like literally like this close, like right here is like all of the money and the treasure and the diamonds, right? And the diamonds and stuff like that. And these are all diamonds. And he's literally like inches away. Like this is like 1 inch and he's digging right here. And then he turns around, right? I know you guys know what I'm talking about. And then there's another guy who is like right here and he's digging and the stuff is right here, right? This is all the diamonds and this is the gold and the money and all this stuff, but he's not stopping. That's how success is. And I don't want to butcher this phrase, but I read this phrase somewhere. I don't know where. And it said that people usually give up when they're the closest to success. So constantly think that in the back of your head. Like when you want to give up, it is okay to feel that anxiety and that stress because you are doing something that you've never done before. But the way that you reinforce that and support that so that you don't give up is to understand that the only way that you can fail is not giving up. You already started. There's only one option left for failure. It's not your product not working. It's not you losing money. It's not none of that BS. It's you giving up, right? Some of the most successful people in the world, when you study success, because success leaves clues, they state that they encourage their team to make mistakes. Why would a successful business encourage their leadership team to make mistakes? Because a mistake is only a mistake if you continue to make it. However, if you make a mistake, you learn from it, you change the trajectory, you change your business model, you make the corrections, you make the adjustments. Now you're that much closer to that discovery or that success or breaking that milestone, wherever it is that you are. So understanding that and applying that is what's going to help you get from right here, right? Which is going to help you get from right here to right here, which is where that success is. So that's the way I look at it. When I'm trying something new that I genuinely believe in, like so many people are like, oh man, you got so lucky. And I made a post on my Instagram. People were like, oh man, you got so lucky becoming wealthy and you got so lucky as an entrepreneur, like things have changed. And I posted a picture, it was a side-by-side picture of a 4-unit commercial property that I had, a residential multifamily property that I have that nearly burnt to the ground, okay? They moved all of my tenants out. Like I'm fighting with the insurance agency. I'm not making any money right now. And then 3 days later, I get a call at 1 o'clock in the morning that I have a semi truck, an 18-wheeler, one of the ginormous trucks that hit black ice out in Indiana and literally got totaled, right? Thank God everybody was good in both of these scenarios. However, this happened within a week. I'm not even talking about my Amazon business. This is in business in general. You're going to have mistakes. You're going to lose money. You're going to be stressed out. Like you're going to have anxiety. People around you are going to tell you you're an idiot. People around you are going to tell you that the stuff's a scam. And all of this is going to happen all at once. I'm not going to like sugarcoat this stuff. It's not easy. It's not simple, but it's worth it. And that's what that thing said. If you guys aren't checking me out on Instagram, it's @officialJoshuaCrisp. I think it's one of the last posts that I made at the time of recording this. But go read that post because that's entrepreneurship. Like, and people say they get that, and then they invest everything they have, and then stuff's not working out, and then they blame it on the thing. Oh, this is a scam. Oh, this doesn't work. Oh, Susie Jew and David Lynn were right. This is a scam, and this is snake oil, and all this BS. And this is very simple. You have the 1% of society is wealthy. I want you to really think about this, and I want this to sink in. You have 99% that are not. Okay? So the 1% have what the 99% does not, because they're willing to do what the 99% will not. The 99% will not eat ramen noodles when they had money saved and all their money's invested. The 99% will not go out and get a loan when they need the loan. The 99% will not get a second job. The 99% will not argue with their spouse or their family or their friends to go all in on their dreams. The 99% will go to their job and stay just above broke and feel sorry for themselves and think that everything is a scam, everything's too good to be true, while the 1% will do an analysis, do their due diligence, like think about things, do their research, and then go all in. Because there's only two options in life, guys. You go all in on your dreams or you go all out. If you don't sacrifice for your dreams become the sacrifice. Like most successful entrepreneurs that I know, they didn't inherit any money. I didn't inherit any money. I had no credit. I had no money. I had no business skill. I was a felon, no high school diploma, still don't have any education, yet I am where I am, right? I go to the bank, they know me. So I say that to say that a self-education will earn you a fortune and a formal education will earn you a living. So think about this. And this is like the easiest way I can make success simple for you is if you want to be the 1%, do what the 99% are not. You know what the 99% are not doing, right? The 99% would rather go to work and not go all in on themselves and put their future in the hands of their business or their corporation or wherever they work at. The 1% is betting on themselves and going all in. It's that simple. I didn't give failure an option. Like when I went all in, I went all in. My first 3 products on Amazon failed. My 4th one changed our family's life. So you got to understand that. And the more that you understand going into this thing, like, is product research difficult? Like, yes, you're going to want to give up. It's not difficult. It's actually simple. Why people don't find products is not because it doesn't work, not because it's difficult, not because products are saturated. All of those are self-limiting beliefs. People don't find products on Amazon because they stop looking, or the minute they find one and they launch one, it doesn't work and they give up. That's why. You want to know why we don't have a 100% success rate? Because I'm not God and I can't change the way people think. All I can do is try to motivate them, inspire them, and teach them everything that I know that thoroughly works. Is it mandatory to have a U.S. bank account before starting Amazon FBA, or can you earn through PayPal? You need a bank account, and if you live out the country and want to sell on Amazon in the U.S., you need a U.S. bank account. You also need a credit card. So we have a company, a partner company of ours, helps you with all of that. So if you live outside the U.S. and you want to get a U.S. bank account, U.S. Amazon account, credit card, and start selling on Amazon, which is what I recommend because U.S. is the largest marketplace, DM or email support@theamzformula.com and subject line, need help with U.S. bank account. And then just do a brief sentence. Hey, I live in Nigeria or Pakistan or India, or I live in Dubai and I need to get a U.S. bank account and I want to open a U.S. Amazon account. Our team will help you do that. They'll help you set everything up. They'll help you get the address. They'll help you walk on Zoom, walk you through starting the account, so on and so forth. After you found non-seasonal product that will sell the whole year, does that product sell forever each year? If the answer is no, how do you know the product will stop selling? So there's a simple way that you can do this. You can go to Google Trends. And if you go to Google Trends, go ahead and pull up the iPad real quick. Let me see if I'm connected to the internet. You can go to Google Trends, and you're going to look at the historical data, right? So if I go to Google Trends, I'm going to be able to search historical data. Now, I go into great detail in this in the AMZ formula, so I'm not going to do like a whole mini course on this, but I want to show you how to use this tool and the way of thinking behind historical data, right? So if I go in and I type yoga mat, and you can do this with any product, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and I'm going to change this into 2004 to present. So I'm going to Google. You're like, well, this isn't Amazon. Google's a search engine. Amazon is a search engine. Amazon is where you go to buy things. Google's where you go to buy things before Amazon, and where you go to look up things and look for things. So Google has more data than any other search engine, right? More than Yahoo, more than Bing, and more than Amazon. So when you're going here, what you're able to see, it'd be dope if I could annotate on this somehow. I'm sure I can. What you're able to see is you're able to see from 2004. Oh my God, I can't show you guys all my properties I'm looking at because that would be bad. You can see since 2004, there's been search data on the yoga mat. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a product that has been selling consistently, right? So it's been selling for 18 years, right? So that's good. 18, 19 years it's been selling consecutive. Now let's go the last 12 months. Now, if I go to the last 12 months, which is right here, you can see that this line is pretty much horizontal. Whenever you see like big drastic mountains, that's called volatility. So this is the easiest way that you can determine if a product is seasonal or not, right? And I'll give you a perfect example. Let me go from yoga mat and let me type in Christmas lights. Now what you're going to see is you're going to see these mountains around specific times of the year, like right around November and December. Why? Because it's a seasonal product and people buy Christmas lights in November and December for December. However, it's flatlined throughout the rest of the year. So there's a few things that you want to look at. Number one, you want to look at historical data, and you want to make sure that it has what's called depth of market. What is depth of market? It's been selling for a while. If it's been selling for a while, chances are it's going to continue to sell. Down below in the comments, do you think it makes sense that yoga mats are going to continue to sell for the next 5 or 10 years? Yes, right? Christmas lights. Is it safe to say that Christmas lights are not going to sell in January or February? Yes. How do you know that? I have data to support it. Now, the last piece of data that you want to look for that I'll give you an example on is how to determine if a product is trending and why you should not launch trending products unless you are specifically trying to launch trending products, right? Let's go to the old fidget spinner. I have one of mine laying around here. That was one of my first failed products. Now, if you look at the fidget spinner, and let me go back to the last 5 years, you're going to see that this thing flatlined and then it took off right in here, right? Right in here around 2017. You guys know the story, 2015. I got started. I crushed it. I launched a series of products after that. This is one of them, and I launched it right on the way up, right in 2017. But what you can see is that it shot up, and just as fast as it shot down, and then there was no historical data. Now, if we go back to 2004 to present, you're going to see there is no historical data. So if I wasn't a moron and I knew what I'm teaching you guys right now for free, I would have not spent $3,000 that I did not have to lose on a fidget spinner and just have these sitting around. My kids have lifetime supply of fidget spinners. Why? Because of one mistake. Mistakes are costly. And what baffles me is people will save pennies, right, to lose dollars. For instance, if I would have spent, let's just say at the time in 2018, 2017, I introduced AMZ. Let me see, what was it called? AMZ A to Z was the AMZ formula back in the day. The first course, the first iteration of my course was AMZ A to Z. It was on Teachable, and I was dry. It was boring. The production sucked. It wasn't this in a professional studio, HD. Anyway, my course when it started was $497. This one mistake cost me $3,000, and it's documented. I have these things laying around by one mistake that could have been avoided. So don't make that mistake. This is a $3,000 lesson. However, these are the things that you need to know. Is the business hard? Well, I don't know. Not really if you know what you're doing. But if you're trying to just like research stuff on Google and like podcasts and YouTube, can you find the answers? Yes, but can you find it all together from a reliable source who's like genuinely trying to help you? And are there going to be conflicting stories? And then when you need the question, are you going to be able to get the question answered? The chances are no, right? So it just like blows my mind how people will jump over pennies to lose dollars when trying to do this thing. Anyway, going back to this, what you want to do is you want to look at historical data, depth of market. Has it been selling? Will it continue to sell? You want to look at seasonality. Is it going to sell 365 or is it going to sell during specific times of the year? And lastly, is it trending? Those are the three main things that you want to look for when identifying is a product good. In the course, you mentioned making product research fun to maintain a positive mindset. Absolutely. What are some things you do to make the process fun? Cool. So I'm going to give you a little insight inside of my brain. I am huge on gamification. So Success leaves clues, right? Success leaves clues. How many of you guys, by a show of digital hands down below in the chat, you play a mobile game, or you play video games, or you have some type of hobby like lifting weights or going jogging or playing any type of sport? Down below in the comments, say me. Go ahead and drop those actual sports or hobbies that you have. For me, I like Call of Duty. Now, why do I get on Call of Duty every single day? Because there are a few KPIs, key performing indicators. There are a few metrics, one of them being win-loss percentage, another of them being KD ratio, kill to death ratio. And my most favorite recent one in the new Call of Duty, which is Vanguard, is going to be your V2 accolade. What is a V2 accolade? When you smack 25 people around without dying, you blow the map up, it ends, everybody gets to hear you laughing hysterically, and that is my favorite thing to do currently right now in my spare time. So why do I get on every single day? Because I want to see the top 100, top 1,000 rank in the country for V2s, and I like to see my name there. That is gamification. That is a public display of gamification, and that is a way that you can actually gamify your results, and you can actually reward yourself. It's a reward system. So the biggest mistake that I feel that people make, and this may be for you or may not be, but this is what I do, is I implement a few things. Number one, edification. Number two, gamification. That's the other word I was looking for. Edification and gamification. I'd write that down, but I'd misspell it. You guys would laugh at me, and this is going to be up for many years, so I'm not going to do that. You want people to edify you, right? So you want people to edify you. You want to edify yourself. And gamification is a reward system. It's an internal reward system. Do you know why you are addicted to video games or you're addicted to going to the gym? So when you go to the gym, you are edified publicly. When you're over there and you're hitting a new one rep minimum or one rep maximum, one rep maximum. Number one, internally, you're edifying yourself because I'm the stuff. I just lifted more weight than I've ever lifted. And you feel great, and all of these chemicals are going on in your body, like oxytocin and serotonin. All this stuff is going on, and you feel amazing. But then the guy's over here like, holy crap, he lifted more than me. That guy's strong. And then what's happening? Now you're going to gamify yourself. You're going to go smash your protein shake, and then you're going to be thinking about how I hit this new one rep max. You're going to tell your buddies, how's your day going? Well, pretty good. I hit this one rep max on the bench today. How about you? So what happens? You have edification, you have gamification. So when you're doing something, if you enjoy it, you're going to do it more frequently. Sometimes product research sucks. Sometimes it's boring. So how can you implement edification and gamification? So come up with a reward system. If you do X amount of consecutive hours of product research, like treat yourself to sushi or steak or whatever you like, right? If you find a product that you think is really good, find an edification partner or find a way to edify it. Put it out into the atmosphere, put it out in your home, play your favorite song. Let's say Queen, We Are the Champions is your theme song. If you find a product that's crushing it and you're going to break down this product, take a second, Alexa that song, hey, play Queen, We Are the Champions. Have the song going and sing along with Freddie Mercury. What's going to happen is you are edifying yourself and you're mixing in gamification. So for me, when I'm doing product research, I want to give up, and I have severe ADD. I think a lot of entrepreneurs have ADD. They start product research because they have a desirable outcome. The desirable outcome is to find a product that's going to change their life. They start doing it. Your mind is thinking about what you're going to eat for dinner, right? Your mind is going to think about what you're going to work out on tomorrow. Your mind is going to be thinking about the video game or the hobby, and what does that smell, and oh my God, what does that sound, and holy crap, let me see what's on Instagram and TikTok and Snapchat and all this other crap. And you're not going to be focused. So 3 steps. Number one, let's draw. All right. Number one, remove distractions. Number 2, implement edification. Ed, because I don't know how to spell that. Number 3, implement gamification, right? So these are the 3 steps, right? Remove distractions, implement edification, implement gamification. So these are 3 things that I do, right? These are 3 things that I do, 3 things to do to stay focused and kick butt. Okay. These are 3 things that I do to stay focused and kick butt. So play around with these. And here's another thing. Identify what you like and what you're good at, and ask yourself this question. I'm a huge fan of reverse engineering something. You guys all have something that you rock at. You all have something that you're really good at. Figure out what that thing is, and then get a piece of paper, get an iPad, get a sketch pad, get a whiteboard, and ask yourself, okay, I'm good at chess. I love chess. I could play chess all day long if I could. Why? Right? So here's the thing that I rock at. Here's the thing that I'm good at. And then the question is, why? And then start brainstorming it, right? Start brainstorming. So why am I good at Call of Duty? Why could I play Call of Duty all day? Why am I trying to be pro as a side hobby and as a stupid thing that I want to do? Why am I doing this? Number 1, I'm highly competitive. Number 2, I have an extreme, my hand-eye coordination is very, very well. Number 3, I like FPSs. I like first-person shooters. Well, why do I like first-person shooters? Because I've always been well at shooting firearms. I've always liked precision things, right? Why do I like this? Because I always liked the military. When I was a young kid, I used to watch documentaries on the military. I like all these things that lead up to Call of Duty, right? So this is why I'm good at this thing. This is why I could do this thing nonstop. And when you find this stuff out, implement this stuff and stuff that you need to do, because understand, if you know that you need to do something, if I know that if I do this thing, I will get results. Perfect example. I know if I count my macros and undereat what I burn every single day, I will lose weight. The desirable outcome is losing weight. I know I need to track what the heck I'm eating and eat less in calories than I am burning. That's not I'm not God. That's a principle. That's just basic common sense. If you know these things, how do I go to the gym every day? Or how do I track my macros every day? Well, implement edification. Remove distractions. Implement edification. Implement gamification. So something that I do is after I hit new milestones, I'm with my trainer, we slap high five, or he's fist bumping, or I go and I text my homie and then he's oh, you rock. That's awesome. That's edification, public edification. You do things that make you feel well, right? When you do something that you love where people are involved and you do well at it, they commend you, and that public edification makes you want to do more of it or do more to get those same results. When there's gamification, you're going up a level, you're getting to a new level, you're getting stronger, you're getting smarter, you're getting thinner, your teeth are getting wider. Anything, whenever you see improvement or there's gamification tied to it, it becomes addicting. All games have levels. All games have purchasable characters. And here's a perfect example. Success leaves clues. Fortnite was free. They're a freaking $1 billion company. Fortnite was free. How are they a $1 billion company? They made a game that rocked, that implemented public edification. You're on the headset with your homies and, build a wall. And, I shot this guy. Oh, yeah, man, you just got a triple kill. It's public edification. What is the gamification? You level up, you get new guns. How did they monetize that? Once the addiction is there through edification and gamification, then they started to sell you stuff. Every single week, my son hits me up. Whenever my son is just standing in the doorway, he doesn't want to check on my day. He doesn't want to just have a conversation. I'm oh yeah, my son wants to have a conversation. Come in. Dad, there's this new thing on Fortnite. I'm just come on, spit it out. He's well, I need $20 for skins. Every week. So think about this in your business, think about this in your life, and implement it, and understand that success leaves clues. Guys, you're not the first people to deal with these issues. You're not the first people to have these questions. So think about it. How are you already doing it in your life? How is it being done to you? Where is it being done most likely? Reverse engineer that and implement it. Is $3K enough to launch a product not including your course costs? So it depends. We have tons of different programs and stuff. The basic program, which is the AMZ formula, basic sounds horrible, but just the program itself, not mentorship or coaching or live calls, but the everything inside of the AMZ formula, the resources, the templates, is $997. And then I recommend $2,000 to $5,000 for launching your product, right? I hate giving an exact amount. You kind of got to I hate giving an exact amount because you can do product research based on what you can afford, right? Usually I say $3,000 to $5,000. Usually I say $5,000 is a good number, but you can do it with $2,000 to $5,000. And I teach you how to go into the filters and how to plug filters in for a product that's going to sell X amount of units that will cost an average of X. That way, when you are finding products that rock, it's within your budget. The good thing is every 2 weeks, you're getting paid from Amazon, and every product you sell, you're making money, right? So as long as you have enough money to get started, you're able to make money pretty quickly. When do you recommend starting an LLC? At the beginning or once that one product is successful? So it depends where you are financially in terms of resources. I suggest, like in a perfect world, you do it when you're starting, right? Because LLC stands for limited liability company. You have some protection. Plus, it's just easier for bookkeeping and accounting and for the business structure to have everything done in the beginning. However, it's not necessary, right? I didn't do it when I started. You can start with an EIN or a social security number or an I-10, and then you can get your Amazon account up and running, do your product research, find your product, go through the steps, launch the product, start making money, and then get an LLC. For everybody who's in any of our programs, so the AMZ Formula Max, my Inner Circle, AMZ Together, any of my programs, you get a complimentary call with one of our partners who helps find what entity is best for you. Sometimes it's an LLC, sometimes it's an S Corp, sometimes it's a C Corp, it's sole prop, DBA. Like, we don't know what's the best structure. LLC is the most commonly used. And then if you want to start one, they help you, right? If you're out the country, they help you start the US bank account. They help you start selling on Amazon and set up the seller account and all that stuff. So everybody's in the program. You get that complimentary setup after you get onboarded. Everybody who's not, who needs help with that, we have no problem, plugging you with our contacts. So all you got to do is email support at the AMZ Formula and just say, hey, I need help with an LLC. I have questions about an LLC, and we'll point you in the right direction. Can I upgrade my AMZ Together course if I wanted to move up to AMZ Max or Inner Circle? Jeremy, yeah, just email support. I don't have your stuff in front of me, brother. Just email support at the amzformula.com and say, hey, my name is Jeremy. I'm in this program and this is what I want to do. And we'll help you out, man. Do suppliers treat you differently in negotiations if you were younger, like 17 years old? Or do they take chances since you're younger and overprice you? So they should never know how old you are, and they should never think that you're a single dude that's like wanting to get started on Amazon who's learning this stuff in a course or on YouTube. In the AMZ Formula, I give you my manufacturer template, and we actually have a sourcing agent overseas in China. So we have a structured template that you just copy and paste. If you're not in the AMZ Formula, basically what you want to do is create some type of template. You're going to reach out to several dozen suppliers if you do this right. You don't want to just go with the first person that smiles at you and gives you a decent price. You want to do your due diligence. You want to compare capacity. You want to compare quality. You want to compare pricing. You want to compare all these different things. How long have they been in business? Which I cover all of this in depth in the AMZ Formula and here on the channel if you can't afford the AMZ Formula. But once you do that, you want to create a template, has your logo, has a brief mission statement, like what product you're looking for, like what's a desirable outcome for you, how do you want it, what are examples of it. You want to have links to examples to Amazon listings. You want to be very specific. You want to have a sign, print it out, have a signed signature, scan it, and then copy, paste, and deploy that. If you just hit them on Alibaba like, yo, what's up? My name's Josh. I'm trying to get this for the low. What's the best you could do? They're going to take advantage of you. But if you send them over a real nice PDF with your logo up at the top and it's very punctual, right to the point, professional with examples, links, pictures, and hand signed, and then you're signing yourself as the sourcing agent or internal operations manager, some sexy title that you're not, but it looks like you are, you're going to get a better response because these people are dealing with Walmart and like large companies and large buyers for institutions. So like when I'm calling to look at a property, like if I'm calling to look at a 500 unit property, I'm not calling them like, yo, what's up, dude? I'm trying to buy this thing. What's the cash flow? What do you think the cheapest they'll take? Like, I'm calling myself like, hi, my name is Joshua Crisp. Yes, I'm CEO and founder and the lead in acquisitions for Crisp Holdings LLC. Crisp Holdings LLC is just me on my computer trying to buy stuff at 75% LTV so I can get these properties for free and make a crap load of money. But you see how I did that? So it's all about your positioning. So you don't have to have a large team, and you're not lying. It's not like I'm sitting here on my 100-foot yacht right now looking at this product. So you don't want to lie, but you want to position yourself and increase your perception or your perceived value when you're reaching out. That guy's hungry. What's that guy's name? That's like his 8th question, dude. That guy's hungry, man. Good for you, dude. Yeah, credits. Good for you, man. I have my own products, skincare line and cosmetics. How can I sell it online and or wholesale, etc.? All right, cool. So good for you. That's absolutely awesome. My first products were in beauty, so I know the space very, very well. If you make them, I would try to list them and create listings on Amazon. I would see what it is that they want. If you make them internally, they're going to ask for things like certificate of analysis, and like the easiest way to get past that without you spending a ton of money or shipping it to a lab, this is like a hack, is to go to your raw ingredients suppliers and ask them for a certificate of analysis. So like one of my top selling products that crush it is bath bombs. So one of the main ingredient is sodium bicarbonate, which is like a nerd term for baking soda. So instead of me spending $8,000 on this study for them from an FDA approved lab and certificate of analysis and all this crap, I just went to Arm & Hammer and I was like, yo, I need all of this. And then they shot it over and then I forwarded it to them. So I would do that. I would get approved. And then how do you wholesale it? Funny story. This is a hack. I don't even know if people teach this or talk about this, but my business actually started in wholesale while I was learning business to consumer. My mentor was a manufacturer and did business to business. So I learned marketing and I learned distributorship and wholesale and everything from my mentor. So I was already selling wholesale. So when I came on Amazon and started making all this money, I'm like, I'm not like going to make small margins. Wholesale margins are very low because you have to sell, when you wholesale, you have to sell below MSRP. So manufacturer suggested retail pricing is MSRP, okay? When you wholesale, you sell to the distributor, which is the person who buys wholesale, at below MSRP. They sell at retail, which is MSRP. They make the difference. So your margins are lower because you have to sell it to them like that, and then their margins are higher because they have to sell it at MSRP. So understanding that, that's how you kind of structure it. But what I used to do is inside of my packaging, just be like, hey, are you interested in starting a store and selling my product? Or do you know someone who has a store that would be interested in carrying this product? Reach out for wholesale special pricing. And I started to get clients that way. You can join wholesale lists. You can call small stores that may want to stock your product. If you're making it, sounds like you're making it, I'm going to make that assumption. I would go to local places like barbers, salons, spas, local like places that like maybe food stores, stuff like that. And I would see if they will put your stuff in their store on a trial basis. And I would come at them like this. Hey, my name is Joshua Crisp. I'm owner of Crisp Beauty. And I make an amazing shea butter, body butter. And I'm trying to get my name out there. I'm trying to test products and I really want to go big with this thing. This is my baby. I'm super passionate about it. I do this full time. I was wondering if you'd be willing and able to place 12 of my top selling body butters in your store. I wouldn't charge you for them. You can keep 100% of the proceeds. However, if all 12 sold and you like how they moved and you like the response that your clients got back, would you possibly consider a reorder or putting a purchase order for more in the future? So what I just did right there is I led with value. The problem is amateurs monetize the front end, experts monetize the back. Here's the wrong way to do it. Hey, my name is Joshua Crisp. I'm the owner of Crisp Beauty, and I make an amazing shea body butter. I usually sell these on Amazon for $24.97 each. However, I'd love to sell them to you for $17.97 below MSRP. It's handsome margins for you. I think they'll do very well. Here's the problem. They don't know you. There's millions of other people creating the product. Yes, they're going to make money, but there's not really value for them, right? There's more value for you than there is for them. So what I did is I ate the money. Yes, okay, 12 body butters with packaging ingredients probably cost you $3 to $5 each. So you're eating $30 to $60. However, if you know your stuff rocks and you're just going to have all your friends and family go buy them so they know that they sell and they don't know that your friends and family who bought them all, what's going to happen is they're probably going to want to give you a PO, right? Which is a purchase order. And now you have your first 100 order wholesale. So that's a short answer to how I would do this through the muscle. I know somebody who did this with an energy drink and then sold the energy drink company for millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. And they just did it through the grind, through the hustle. So you always lead with value. Don't lead trying to take value. You lead with value. Amateurs monetize the front end, experts monetize the back. I've tried using product inserts to get reviews with zero success. Are you aware if AMZ still offers the $60 early review Vine program to get initial reviews? Got it. So you should get some type of reviews. There's a few different ways that you can do it. If you just ask for a review, that works. The extended warranty works really, really well, where in order for them to activate an extended warranty, they have to scan this thing and go to your site. And then part of the requirements is a review. That helps really well. In Jungle Scout, they have a review automation. So if you have Jungle Scout, that's inside that. If not, we have a link for you to save some money on getting it. That tool pays for it by itself, because what it's going to do is it's going to automatically reach out to the person who shopped on Amazon and be like, hey, would you mind leaving a review? Hey, would you mind leaving a review? So on and so forth. That helps really well. That helps really well as well. If my goal is 10K a month minimum, should I just stick to products doing those numbers on their own, or look for multiple products that could add up to the goal each month? That's a personal question, man, to be honest. And so I would here's what I would do. I would reverse engineer a few different strategies. I would reverse engineer products on Jungle Scout through the web application that are doing 10K, see if they're in your appetite, see if they're overly competitive or not. And then I would maybe look at two products, or look at products that are doing 5,000 a month, and see if it's less demand, or if it's less competition, if it costs less. So for me, if I could sell two products with less competition that make $5,000 each per month, I would go that route versus going the one route with 10,000 per month, but it's way more competitive, if that makes sense. That's not the right way to do it. That's just my personal opinion. But that's more of a personal question. Like, just do your due diligence. And here's the thing, guys, like I know you guys have expectations for like what you want to make. However, like, have realistic expectations too. Like, dude, in America, to make $3,000 a month, you have to bust your tail for 40 hours a week. So if you have the money and your goal is 10,000, which is a really good goal, I'm not saying to like dream small. But if like you have the money to start and you find a killer product and it's making like $4,800 a month or $3,200 a month, but there's like no competition, I would highly suggest starting that. Because here's the thing, when you find a good product, like if your profit margins are 33%, every 3 products you sell, you double your money, right? So if in 3 to 6 months of being up and running, if you get all your investment back, and then you have this cash cow printing you money 24/7, 365, every 3 times you sell a product, you're doubling your money. Like, take all that money, that's cash flow coming in, take that money plus the money that you just got back and do another product and another product and another product. So there's no right or wrong way. You could go with the winner cash cow that's going to do this crazy number, or you could start with one that's making you like good money and then build off of it, right? So it's a few different examples. I know we're like 15 minutes over, so I'll speed round these last few questions. I remember you saying there would be a delay on physical copies of your book back in January. Any updates? Still haven't gotten mine. Nathan, yeah, dude, they should be printed and be shipping out. Email support at the amzformula.com, brother, and you should get an answer. What are the pros and cons of Amazon FBA? I've probably got, dude, I got video. That sounds like a video title I got, right? Yeah, dude, I think I've got a few videos on that that'll probably go super in depth on that. So I would check those out, brother. What are your thoughts on securing patent rights as you're developing the product with the manufacturer? So patents take long, and patents are very expensive, and I really don't like the creating a thing unless you have a really good hunch and you feel good about it. However, having a really good hunch and feeling good about it can be an emotional attachment. Emotional attachments are usually bad for business. I know that was kind of a conflicting or conflict of interest answer. I would reach out immediately if it's something you're thinking about to a patent attorney, a patent specialist, pay for an hour consultation and find out how much it's going to cost and how long it could take. Because there's different types of patents. There's provisional patents. There's architectural patents. There's design patents. There's tons of different patents. So have a good understanding of that. Don't just build a thing and then be exposed in reference to your intellectual property being exposed and you being liable, like thoroughly understand all of that. I don't know too much about that. I just know I usually don't recommend it. However, you may have an awesome idea. I don't want to say that you don't, but the advice I would give you is thoroughly understand how long it can take and how much it could cost. And it may be better just to find a product that already exists, make a variation of it, start bringing in some dough, and then patent that variation. Cool. Awesome. So guys, there we have it. Another hour and 15 minutes of 30 minutes with a millionaire. Guys, if you enjoyed this, you got any value whatsoever, smash that like button right now. It takes no effort. Just hit it, smash it. And that means a lot to me. That helps the channel significantly. On top of that, if you're new to the channel or you've been here before and you're not yet subscribed, guys, just hit the red button. It takes a fraction of a second. That helps us out tremendously. In full transparency, we're gauging how long we're going to continue to do this. I think we're on what, month 3, month 4? Yeah, we're on month 3.5. So we're continuing to do this. If we keep getting tons of subs and tons of good feedback and comments and likes, and you guys keep sharing this with friends and so on and so forth, we'll keep doing this. However, if not, I'll just play more Call of Duty. With that being said, I appreciate you guys. Let us know down below any questions you guys have, any video ideas you guys have, and make sure you're subbed with the notifications turned on so next week you're notified about this. Also, check back, I would say maybe tomorrow or end of night. Download all of these notes here, as well as get access to the notes for all of the 7-figure product series, as well as all of the other notes that we do here on the channel. That way you can review those, print them out, and use them at your leisure to help you increase your income, your impact, and your influence. Also, there's a few links that will be down below this video. If you haven't grabbed your copy of my #1 selling book, my new book, One Product Away, grab that. It's like $27. If you're new to the business, grab that. If you want information on the business, grab that. If you're trying to start by yourself and you're on a budget, grab that. Also, if you're interested in starting an online Amazon business or taking your current one to new heights, down below is a link to schedule a free call with my team. On this call, we're just going to answer any question that you have and break down the different programs I have and see how we can help you. If we can't help you, hey, we'll point you in the right direction for who can or what free resources I do that'll help you get to the next level. Remember, guys, you're only one product away.